porch light was still there, faded, cracked, and flickering against the night like it remembered me. 10 years gone, and still, grandfather's ranch whispered my name when I stepped onto the gravel driveway. I wasn't supposed to be back here. Not after the funeral. Not after the fights with my uncle who swore the land should be his. But time has a way of pulling you home, doesn't it? I killed the engine of my truck and just sat there, staring at the old wooden gate. A place where I'd chased fireflies as a boy, where my grandfather taught me what dignity meant. His words echoed like thunder in my chest. This land is your blood, son. Don't let anyone take it. But someone had, or at least they thought they had. The moment I stepped out, neighbors peeked through curtains. Porch lights snapped on one by one like spotlights. And that's when I heard her voice taught Karen, the self-appointed queen of the HOA. She strutted up in her robe and slippers as if the whole street belonged to her. Her voice cut the silence like broken glass. You don't belong here. This property is under HOA jurisdiction now. Pack it up. I froze. 10 years away, and already the fight had begun. Karen, I said, steady but shaking inside, this land is mine. My grandfather left it to me. She smirked, clutching her clipboard like it was a sword. Not according to our bylaws. Abandoned property defaults to the HOA, and you abandon this place. We voted. It's ours now. My chest burned with anger. Abandoned? I'd been gone because of family battles and grief, not neglect. This wasn't just dirt and wood. This was home, and then Karen leaned closer, whispering words that chilled my bones. If you think you're staying, you've got another thing coming. Tomorrow, I'll bring someone who'll make sure you're gone. The night swallowed her threats, but I couldn't sleep. My boots sat by the bed where I used to lay as a boy, and I knew deep down this wasn't going to be a homecoming. It was going to be a war. The next morning, I walked the property like I always used to. The grass was high, the barn roof sagged, but the air smelled like freedom, like family, like everything worth fighting for. But the peace shattered when Karen returned, and she didn't come alone. A police cruiser rolled up, sirens silent but lights flashing. My stomach dropped. Already? Karen strutted behind the uniformed man like she owned him. This is the trespasser I told you about. She shouted. He's refusing to leave HOA property. The man in the uniform stepped forward, badge glinting, gun on his hip, voice deep. Sir, I'm Officer Daniels. I need to see proof this land is yours. I pulled out the deed my grandfather left me. The officer glanced at it, then laughed. This won't do. The HOA's claim overrides this. You're trespassing. That's when it hit me. His badge, crooked, his holster, cheap leather. His cruiser, no county markings. He wasn't a cop. Karen's voice screeched beside him, trying to drown out the truth. Remove him. Right now. This squatter thinks he owns the place. But my voice didn't shake. You're no officer. You're a fake. A hired actor. And if you lay one hand on me, you'll regret it. Neighbors started gathering. Phones out. Whispers spreading like wildfire. Is that a real cop? Someone muttered, doesn't look right. Karen panicked, her perfect plan unraveling. She hissed at him, do it. Get him out before anyone notices. The fake cop froze, sweat dripping. He knew the crowd was watching. And in that silence, I raised my voice. This land has been in my family for 3 generations. My grandfather built this fence with his hands. He raised cattle here. He taught me respect here. And no HOA vote, no clipboard, no fake badge will ever erase that. The crowd erupted. Some cheered. Some filmed closer. Karen's face turned crimson, but she wasn't done. Not by a long shot. That night, I sat on the porch with the deed in my hand, staring at the stars like my grandfather used to. But I couldn't shake the image of that fake cop. Who would go that far? Why risk jail just to push me off my land? The answer came the next morning. My uncle showed up. He hadn't aged well as sunken, bitterness carved into his face. He stood at the gate with Karen at his side. So, he sneered, You finally crawled back. I thought you could just take it all? It clicked. Karen wasn't acting alone. My uncle was pulling the strings, feeding her lies, trying to claim the land he always wanted. You hired him, didn't you? I said, fire rising in my chest. That fake cop. He smirked. Didn't deny it. Better than letting you waste this place. I'll sell it. Develop it. Make real money. You'll just rot here with your pride. Karen chimed in, her voice dripping venom. Face it, you can't win. The HOA stands with your uncle. And once we report you, the county will side with us. Nobody's on your side. But she was wrong. Neighbors had seen everything. The fake cop. The threats. Lies. And whispers had turned into anger. Mrs. Jenkins. The widow, who'd lived next door since I was a boy, stepped onto her lawn and shouted, We saw what you did, Karen. Shame on you. Others followed. You don't own his land. We won't let you bully him. Enough is enough. Karen's smirk cracked. My uncle's confidence faltered, and I knew this was my moment. I'll take this to the county courthouse, I said, holding the deed high. I'll expose the fake cop. And when the truth comes out, not only will this land be mine by little, be mine by blood. Karen shrieked like a cornered animal. My uncle cursed under his breath, but their power was crumbling, and deep down I felt my grandfather's voice again, stand tall. The truth always wins. 2 weeks later, we stood in court. Karen's clipboard looked pitiful compared to the stack of evidence I carried: photos, witness statements, even a video of the fake cop fumbling his badge. The judge didn't take long. This land belongs solely to you. The HOA has no authority here, and the use of a false police officer. That will be investigated separately. Karen gasped. My uncle's face turned pale, and the gavel slammed down like thunder. Outside the courthouse, neighbors clapped me on the back. Mrs. Jenkins hugged me with tears in her eyes. Your grandfather would be proud. Karen tried to slither away, but the cameras caught her. The story spread across town. The HOA's reputation shattered. People quit. The board crumbled. And Karen? She became a joke. As for my uncle, he avoided prison but lost everything: his credibility, his supporters, his chance at my grandfather's land. That night, I lit the porch lantern, the same one my grandfather used when he came home late from the fields. It glowed soft against the dark, a beacon of dignity. I whispered into the night, We did it, Grandpa. We took it back. For the first time in 10 years, I felt peace. You know, folks, land isn't just property. It's memory. It's sweat. It's family. And when people try to steal it, they're not just taking dirt, they're taking your history. If you've ever stood up against bullies, HOAs, or entitled neighbors, you know the feeling. The anger, the fear, the pride when you win. So tell me in the comments, what's the worst HOA or neighbor story you've ever faced? I'd love to hear it, because at the end of the day, respect and family honor always matter more than greed. And justice. Well, justice has a way of shining through. Asterisk, this story is just the beginning. There is so much more ahead. Subscribe to the channel to join me on this journey.